Hello and welcome to today's video. So this time we'll be taking a look through the next 3 releases from the Corgi Model Club, including Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So sit back, relax, and let's get to it. Okay then, so the first one we've got to look at is a Citroen, and I always love Citroens, and this is the Citroen Safari Id19 Corgi 436. So this is our first one, so let's have a little look at the certificate. So this one, numbering wise, is coming in at just over 3,000, which for the non-TV and film related ones, that seems to be a par for the course. I've noticed that the TV and film ones tend to be a higher number, so I'm suspecting that they sell better. And well, here we are then. So Citroen Safari Id19 Corgi 436. Although briefly delayed as a result of tooling problems, Corgi 436 hit the shops in April 1963. It was the first of several Citroen estate cars produced by Corgi in the 60s, the Safari name, which is what Citroen called the vehicle in the UK, seemingly inspiring the model's theme and livery. With a 2-piece opening tailgate and fold-down rear seat, operated via a thumb wheel on the base plate, Corgi also added 2 figures in the car, presumably influenced by the popular early 1960s On Safari BBC documentary series, featuring Belgian wildlife photographers Armand and Michaela Dennis. The African theme was further enhanced by a wildlife preservation logo on the bonnet and a set of luggage on the roof rack. On original examples, Corgi aficionados have long noted the colour variations that exist for both the luggage and the interior, which greatly adds to this model's collectability. Well, that's pretty good. That's some good history there, isn't it? And well, it sounds like there's quite a bit to have a look at inside here. I've got to admit, I had not spotted the sticker on the front. You can't really see it on the box here, can you? But it does say opening rear doors, remote controlled hinged seats, detailed molded interior, spring suspension, and a steering wheel. Well, let's get into it. Yeah, my dad had he had one of these, not this Safari model, but he had one of these estate cars in the early 70s, and then he got the when they modernized it, he had one of them as well. He was a bit of a Citroen fan, so there's a little bit of packaging in there which we'll put back in, and like a lot of their die-casts, they do wrap them in the tissue paper, which I think is really nice. I always pop that back in just for when I have to eventually one day move house. I shall have to pack these all up again, and I want the original packing to be on hand. So there we are. So, well, first of all then, this is more orange than the yellow that I was expecting, and it's certainly not one that I remember seeing around the shows. I do like the sticker on the front and the luggage on the top. So what are the features then? So it says opening rear doors. Does it mean the boot here? Yes. So I actually remember that on the actual car, you'd sit on the lip there, just like that. But I can't see the back doors opening. I think that's actually what they mean. And actually, yeah, you can see if we go in this way, look, you can raise the back seat up with the little cog underneath there. And I can remember my dad, when I was growing up, was a fruit and veg person, and he had big estate cars, and he would lower the back seat down so he could fill it up with deliveries for restaurants and stuff like that. I do remember that quite well. Yeah, detailed molded interior. It's got the 2 people in the front there. It's got the spring suspension. Yeah, there we are. Well, I mean, I suppose it's really nice. I mean, I love all the Citroens, I really do. And that is, well, it's pretty funky, isn't it? It really is. I like it. I like it a lot. yeah, it's a really good sort of solid example. I don't feel like this is one that's been done like loads of times before. It does feel like it's something a bit new to have in the display case. Now the next one we've got was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So we got the certificate. It came, I mean, I'm assuming they all came like this, because this was slightly more expensive than the regular release. It came with a 1969 catalogue, which we'll have a look at as well in a minute. And of course the Chitty Chitty itself. So, I mean, bit of an iconic car, this one. So the certificate says on the numbering on this one, 4,702. Now, don't forget, I am about 2 or 3 months behind the very latest releases of the Corgi Model Club. I have almost caught up because some months, for whatever reason, there are delays with the models coming over because they're made in China now. They get delayed on the boat coming over, and consequently they're not released, and I've almost caught up, as we'll see quite soon, but when we have a look at all the future releases coming. But this is the certificate for Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And this is one I actually had as a kid. I don't think I ever had it brand new. I think I had somebody's hand me down, as it were. But I do remember owning this one. Quite a bit here in the write-up. So Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Corgi 266. Undoubtedly one of the most famous Corgi toys of the 60s era. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was released in November 1968 to instant acclaim. Based on the flying car in the musical film of the same name, Corgi gave the model a host of now iconic features that ensured maximum Christmas gift appeal. Chief among them are the model's pop-out wings, operated via a lever on the driver's side, plus a wealth of chrome and gold that replicated the movie car, created by Ken Adams, the famed James Bond set designer, with 4 of the movie's main characters modelled inside the car. Additional snap-on wings to the front and rear, plus Corgi's famed jeweled lights. The original Chitty Chitty Bang Bang stayed in the range until 1972, so this was actually available when I was alive. This Corgi Model Club edition replicates the original 60s model, notably reinstating the engine strap and detailed wheels that must have been missing on recent versions. I see, so that was a feature that was dropped. Well, there we are. So before... Well, we need to get it out of the box. We'll have a look at the catalogue in a minute, but the box is, it's a beautiful window box. Really, really colourful. I love the graphics. Let's give ourselves a little bit of room here. I absolutely love the box art. It's a real piece of memorabilia, this, isn't it? And what about on the back here? Look at that. It's almost like a mini version of the movie poster, isn't it, with the cast there. Albor Broccoli. The most phantasmagorical Corgi toy in the history of everything. Literally everything. And on the bottom as well. And on the sides. It's a real piece, isn't it? Now, theoretically, we should be good to get these out the box without too much problem. Yep, there's one side. There we are. Got them out without damaging it. Now, Chitty Chitty sat on like a cloud affair, didn't it? A plastic cloud affair. And sometimes when you see these second hand, the cloud is damaged. Now, it looks like this bit of cardboard is taped to the base. So it may not be quite as easy to get out as I was hoping, because there is a bit of a backdrop there, and I don't really want to damage it. Here we are. Right, so you can see that there has been taped on the backdrop there, I think, to keep it in place, but we do want to keep it there because it's got the clouds, hasn't it? So I think what I'll have to do, if I grab my craft knife, I'm just going to cut one edge. There we are. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut both sides here and maybe leave the back where it is. There we are. So at least I can get the die cast out now, although it is in place with some of the old plastic wire here. So this one, unfortunately, is going to be a bit of a pig to get in and out. It's not as easy as some of the ones we've had in the past, where it's been quite easy to get these in and out. And the back as well. I mean, we want to have a really close look at it, but at the same time, this is going to be one of those ones that I'm going to box back up and leave it in its original display box, simply because that's the way to display this particular car, you know, this diecast. And no two ways about it, I'm really struggling for space in my cabinet. So we'll move that little backdrop out the way. Now, that's wrapped around the wheels in this instance. There we are. Cool. Well, that was a bit of effort, really, wasn't it? You know, just to get the die-cast open. But out it's come, and hopefully that's kept it in superb condition. So look at that. There we are, Gen 11. I do remember my sister back in the 1980s. She was going out with the Lord Mayor of Plymouth at the time. And on Lord Mayor's Day, they used to do a procession once a year. They don't do it anymore. But Chitty Chitty was part of the Lord Mayor's procession, and she was in the back with the Lord Mayor. How cool was that, eh? So she's had a ride in it. Don't know whatever happened to him. So the wings clip in like so. Now, where is the release for this? We'll have a look in a minute. Hardly easy, is it? There we are. So it's come out. There we are. I think you've got to pull it out and then slightly forward, and that causes the wings to pop out. Maybe that was a bit stiff because it was the first time that had actually been done. It's funny, I do remember the figures as well, quite vividly. I mean, the only thing sort of, I suppose, similar to this would be what, Steve's Bentley from the Avengers? But I mean, it is an iconic car, isn't it? I mean, it really is. Very, very iconic. I don't remember these original pieces here because they seem a little bit sort of plasticky, if that makes sense. You know, obviously the body of the car is all metal, but this just seems very sort of plasticky. And I haven't got an original anymore to compare it to. I'd like to have this one side by side against an original to see how it held up. But I mean, visually, it's absolutely fantastic. It's as good as you could possibly want. It really is. I mean, it is an absolute classic die-cast. So that went back into its box really easily, so much easier than getting it out. So I'm going to be happy to have that one on display. Literally, I'm just going to leave it like that, I think. Now, we have got, and it did come with this replica 1969 catalogue, which is really cool, isn't it? And they've done one of these before, but not the 69 one. And I thought, well, we'll take the opportunity, since we're here, to have a look through. And we'll see what we can see. So look at that. It starts with the Chitty Chitty on the inside front cover, and the other great model, the Yellow Submarine. The Monkey Mobile, well, that's still to be replicated. I don't know what the appeal would be on that one, although we do now know that the Green Hornet Black Beauty is on its way. And we've got the James Bond car, but they've not done the Toyota yet. Batmobile we've got, and the Saint car. Uncle, I think they've hinted that there's negotiations underway for that. I would love the Avengers gift set. I absolutely would love that one. So they've weighted the TV and movie franchise models at the start of the catalogue. They must have been the big sellers, you know. Well, we know the James Bond car was huge, wasn't it? And then we're off to the Corgi exclusive. Yep, take off wheels. Various minis. American cars. Continental. So some of these we've seen. The infamous Citroen Olympic Winter Sports. Don't mention the skiing poles, please. Yeah, that's one I'd like. The Tour de France. Big fan of that. I love that little set. That'll be fantastic. And we know now the bubble car is on its way. 233. And they've done the Safari. Now, I do like the racing cars. I really do. I've grown to really like these. And I know they've done a few. But there's more to come, and there's that very funky gift set there, which, you know, it's not impossible to find. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? All winners. Don't remember ever seeing that one. The all winners gift set. And the Lotus one, you see that one around a few times. That's okay. Yeah, it's not a bad replica catalogue, this. It's a little bit fuzzy. Like, you can see they've obviously done the best possible scans from an original, but it's a little bit murky. It needed a bit of cleaning up, which I'm surprised they didn't sort of farm out to get someone to just clean it up a little bit. But there you go. Competition cars. Oh, and then Corgi Classics. Well, we don't see a lot of this, do we? It's a bit like the Matchbox models of yesteryear, not in so much demand. Yeah, I love the circus stuff. Absolutely love the Chipperfields range. None of that has been replicated because, of course, yeah, they did re-release a lot of it in the 1990s, didn't they? The Chipperfield stuff and early 2000s. Whether there's any sort of demand still for it. A car transporter, another gift set. The Holmes Wrecker. And I'm sure if you had any of these back in the day, this is filling you with nostalgia. I love these. I love the ones with the cameramans. They're just great. And the Kennel Club, that had a Chipperfield spin-off, didn't it? Then we got some of the farming stuff here, which once again they've not replicated. I like that, the police minivan with the dog handler. It's a pretty good catalogue. It's, 48 pages. Simon Snorkel, that was a bestseller, wasn't it? Yeah, the Holiday Camp Special. I wouldn't mind that one, the common one. And then information about joining the Corgi Model Club. They produced a magazine, didn't they? And of course, they were in, at this point, they were in TV21 every week. Yeah, it's nice. Nice little extra, that one, to go with the Chitty Chitty. And we do like the catalogues. Right, we've got one more, because we do threes these time. These videos with three at a time. And we've got the Land Rover, yet another Land Rover 406. 109 WB is what this one is. Green on the back, yellow on the front. Well, let's have a little look at what it says, shall we? Corgi 109 WB. The 109 acronym of this Series 1 Land Rover denotes the vehicle's 109-inch wheelbase, as opposed to the 88-inch standard wheelbase version. This was Corgi's first ever Land Rover, introduced into the range in August 1957. Corgi would go on to produce over 10 million Land Rovers in various guises over the years. That's why there's so many of them. Available in either yellow with a black roof or blue with a white roof, hence the two colours, I suppose. Neither were given the rear canopy known as a tilt, which became a noted feature of Corgi's later Land Rover models. Slightly confusingly, the Corgi 406 that came in 1958's Corgi gift set number 2, paired with a horse trailer, did feature a pressed metal tilt, which was a Corgi first. As a standalone model, Corgi 406 came in either the earlier style blue box or the later yellow and blue design, both featuring the same illustration of a green Land Rover, which just happened to be the colour of the version from gift set 2. Well, if that's not confusing, I don't know what is. But there we are. So, well, it is what it is. We like a Land Rover. I don't mind them at all. I have a friend who almost bought a vintage Land Rover, but they're so uneconomical to run that he just knocked the idea on the head in the end. There we are, a little bit of internal packaging, as is normal, and wrapped in the tissue paper as well, which we don't mind. So pop that back in there, like so. Yeah, that's okay. And then let's have a little look. So there's not a lot of action in this particular one. It's just a solid, very early replica diecast, isn't it? Not loads of action. I can see the bigger wheelbase, the bigger tyres, definitely built for off-road action here. The spray on this is interesting. You can almost see it's not, it almost like needed a second coat. It's not quite covered up the original sort of base colours. Yeah, plain old base. It is what it is, isn't it? It's just a standard Corgi. Well, there we go. I mean, it's just three great models. I mean, Chitty Chitty is very nostalgic for me, and I'm sure it will be for a lot of other people. I just can't help feeling it felt a little bit, some of the plastic on it felt a little bit cheap. And I don't know what the reason is behind that, because I'm sure they had loads of replicas, originals rather, to base the replica on. I mean, once again, the packaging is spot on. I really love it, and I did like the addition of the catalogue there. The Land Rover, well, like it said in the write-up, it was a very early Corgi model, so there wasn't like stacks of features on it, but that one was okay. As I said, just a little bit of it looked to me like it needed another run through the powder painters there. The Citroen, I think, is probably my favorite of the three. It's got loads of features. I love Citroens anyway, and the color is particularly funky as well. I do like that orange, although I think the yellow one would have been just as cool. But yeah, so some very nice models there. Now, as is tradition, I like to go through what's been released before, but also importantly, what's to come. So we are now up to, I'm just 2 away from, well, according to this, of what's actually been released, but I know that the Mini Cooper Magnifique and the Bermuda Taxi is the taxi itself is just about to be sent out to Corgi Model Club members. So that's the most recent one. So that was for October 2025, and it's going out early November. So what have we got to look forward to? So I am, in effect, I've got the VW European police car and the Batboat and trailer, and then the Mini Cooper and the Bermuda Taxi. So I'm 4 behind now. Then we've got the Ford Mustang Fastback 2x2 Flower Power stock racing car. Now then we got the big box set, the Acura Cos racing car transporter. That looks really good. Yet another James Bond Aston Martin Silver Grille edition. Then very much in February, looking forward to the Heinkel bubble car. And they have said it's going to be an orange, which I think is a real disappointment, because that's the most common colour. And you know, why didn't they do it in one of the later ones, like the blue one, for example? Chevrolet Impala, beige with a cream roof. Then we've got the Green Hornet Black Beauty in April. RAC Radio Rescue Land Rover, yet another Land Rover in May. MGA Sports Car Team Members Edition in June. And then in July, we have what we saw earlier in the catalogue there, the BMC Mini Police Van with the tracker dog, which I'm very pleased to see that one's been announced. So some good ones still to come. Hopefully they can keep up the monthly output, but if not, every month that there's a delay, I get the chance to catch up a little bit more. So it gives me more chance to try and find some space in my bulging cabinet, which we can have a look at now. So the only way I'm going to get round to getting everything in these cabinets now is to box a few back up. So that's what I'm going to eventually have to do, probably by the next video. I'm going to need to have a few more of these boxed up, but I hope you've enjoyed this little look at the latest 3 Corgi Model Club releases. I'm certainly still enjoying collecting it alongside original Corgi models as well. If you have enjoyed this video, do please give it the thumbs up. Don't forget, I've got the whole lot now, up to this point, filmed in a dedicated YouTube playlist. So do check that out if you're interested in any of the earlier models. And I'll look forward to seeing you again very soon with some more vintage diecast action. Bye.